Well, I wasn't planning on recording before the new year and posting a video, but something too good happened. Apparently, Netflix knocked Crunchyroll and Hulu out of the park last year, 2023. So, I found an article, and it was sent to me by Pirates and Princesses, that goes over the anime contribution over the whole year, aka the amount of money that was made throughout all the different streaming services that was made public, and the numbers are kind of insane. So let's take a dive into this article real quick, go over it, and I'll share my thoughts at the end. Hulu and Crunchyroll are losing the anime streaming war to Netflix. It talks about how steadily the landscape of streaming has changed and rapidly shifted back and forth. And for the longest time, Crunchyroll and Hulu were dominating because Hulu had exclusive streaming rights, like with Bleach, for example, is the most recent one. And then Crunchyroll had their own stuff and was the main place to go for the longest time, and still kind of is. But now, look at this chart and we'll take a bigger look at it. I'll pull up a bigger picture to look at it. But Crunchyroll and Hulu are way behind. Netflix is double of what Hulu is, and almost, if you put them together, just shy of just both of them together. But that's insane. That's an insane amount of people going over there spending $2 billion. I think that equates to what that is. $2 billion in revenue from Netflix itself. Like, it's insane. And like, just overall, it's insane. But a report from the Parrot Analytics and the Association of Japanese Animation, AJA, highlighted some eye-opening figures in 2023, my bad. The anime industry last year as recording, which is 12/30/2024 when I'm recording this. And it'll probably be New Year's Eve when this video comes out. But according to the figures of 2023, the global anime market basically made $20 billion in streaming services. 5.5 billion of it was from North America. Then Netflix alone was 38% of the global revenue, bringing in $2 billion. That's insane. And then Crunchyroll's lagging behind with just over 1 billion, and then Hulu's under 1 billion. Those are some insane numbers. And then here are some other key highlights that we should talk about. Hulu has been struggling to keep up with the changing landscape. Even though they do have a respectable anime library on their own site, they mostly capitalize on TV shows, Western series, like, MASH or something like Law & Order or something that simple to, for comparison, and movies, while anime is definitely a smaller part of Hulu. But let's look at some of the key findings of the Parrot Analytics. Anime generated $20 billion in revenue 2023, 5.5 coming from United States, or from streaming in general, 5.5 billion, 14.3 billion in merchandising. That's insane. Almost $15 million just from buying anime figures, anime DVDs, t-shirts, all that stuff. Then, with region-wise, North America and Asia contributed 14.3 billion of the total revenue, which is over 72% of the global market for anime. Then, as I stated before, Netflix contributed a good chunk in North America for that part. Then, with anime accounted for 6% of the global streaming revenue in 2023, North America contributing $2.2 billion in streaming services. And then Asia did 1.6. So we dominated them in streaming revenue, which is kind of odd to me, but Netflix, was United States. Then when it comes to the merchandise, Asia led it with 5.46 billion, and then we were just behind, just under 5 billion. And then it talks about what I've already covered. And then these are what Netflix offers. This is why people come here. Netflix has exclusives. That's why people go to it. They have Attack on Titan Final Season Part 3. It took me 3 times to say that part before I got it right. Demon Slayer, the Mugen Train arc, and then the live action One Piece adaptation. And then they're getting the other, One Piece Kai, essentially, on Netflix only. Then they have their own original stuff like Castlevania, Cyberpunk Edge Runners, and Yasuki, which I haven't seen or heard anything about, but they offer it. Apparently it might be good. I don't know. It's one of the lead key factors they're pushing in this article here. They have a massive reach for Netflix, especially with Squid Games and stuff that really brings people in for that. And while yes, Crunchyroll is a big one, but there are markets and countries they're not in. They don't cover that reach. Netflix does. And then they have way better marketing power than Crunchyroll. So let's take a look at this chart here. Hold on, let me make it a little bit bigger for you. All right, now that I can see it. So Netflix is sitting at $2 billion. Crunchyroll is at $1 billion. Hulu is just under it. Amazon Prime is at 5 million, which is kind of surprising considering how big Amazon is itself. Then you got some other offshoot websites. Disney Plus is up there, HBO Max, Mango TV, I've heard of them. I haven't heard, is that Bilibili? Oh, that's Bilibili. I've heard of Bilibili. Never heard of this one. IQIYI, never heard of that. And then Tendent Video, I think that is. But that's huge amount. Look how big that is. If you combined all these right here, not even close to that. That's insane on how much Netflix just did and cleaned the competition out, which should make Crunchyroll worried. Crunchyroll thought they were the big dogs this whole time, when in reality they are starting to lose their steam, and I hope it's an eye-opening thing, considering all the recent stuff that we covered this year alone on Crunchyroll, with the mismanagement of how they treat their employees and voice actors, to how they're trying to become a monopoly in the West, which that's ultimately led by Sony, and Netflix is sitting there stopping it when it comes to at least streaming. Now, when it comes to revenue and all that stuff, Netflix doesn't touch it. Obviously, it's Crunchyroll. They bought Right Stuff. They bought Funimation. All that merchandise, all that stuff that those companies do go to Crunchyroll. But at least when it comes to streaming, Netflix has the lead. Now, Netflix doesn't have the new stuff that comes out, the new episodes of One Piece, the new stuff coming out this season as it's simulcast. They don't have that. And that's where Crunchyroll leads. But I'm really curious on how the numbers are going to be this year, given what they've done, how it's been affected, how these other streaming services have done a lot more and got more exclusive streaming stuff. I am really curious, and I really think Crunchyroll is going to be going down to probably 3rd or 4th place when the next one of these comes out, which is insane. Netflix slapped Crunchyroll when it comes to this. So let me know what you guys think. Happy New Year's Eve. Happy New Year's. I hope the new year treats you well. I didn't think I'd have a video coming out, but might as well talk about this because this is some very important anime news. Anyway, love you all, appreciate you all, Happy New Year's, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.